Hi, my name is Mary Scanlon, and this is my second book critique. My featured text is Blueberries for Sal. This is the story of a little girl, Sal, who goes blueberry picking with her mother on Blueberry Hill. While Sal and her mother are picking berries, they slowly get separated from one another. On the other side of the hill, Mother Bear and Little Bear were eating berries to store fat for the upcoming winter. As time went on, Little Bear got separated from Mother Bear because he was tired and decided to sit down. As the story goes on, Little Bear ends up following Sal's mother, while Sal ends up following Mother Bear. By the end of the story, they return to their own mothers and go down the hill happily eating blueberries. I would incorporate this book into a kindergarten literature lesson. After reading the story to my class, I would ask them questions like, what season is it in the book? Why are Mother and Sal collecting blueberries? Why are Mother Bear and Little Bear collecting blueberries? What is your favorite fruit? What color are blueberries? What did Mother and Sal use to hold the blueberries? In a kindergarten math lesson, I would create pails for my students and have them match the blue pom-poms to the correct number written on the pail to assess their counting and numbering skills, as shown here. Interrupting Chicken is a story about a little red chicken who asks his dad to read him a story before bed. His dad tells him to pick the story of Hansel and Gretel. Throughout the bedtime story, the little chicken keeps interrupting his dad. His dad scolds him and tells him to starts a new story. This time he tells Little Red Riding Hood. Again, Little Chicken interrupts his dad. His dad scolds him while Little Chicken begs him to tell another story. He sighs and agrees to tell the story of Chicken Little, but yet again Little Chicken interrupts. Finally, Dad asks Little Chicken to tell him a story instead. The story ends with Little Chicken starting to tell his story, but then soon realizes that his dad has fallen asleep. Snow is a rhyming book that talks about snowfall in a city. A little boy keeps telling everyone in the gray city that it will snow. Everyone doubts him and tells him it will melt. He proves all the people wrong when the snow has fallen on the ground and continues to fall from the sky. Truck is a really cute wordless picture book that shows a truck driving on roads and throughout different weather, seasons, and locations. This book is brightly colored and would be useful for a preschool classroom where they would be interested in the different trucks and colors. Lastly, One Fine Day is a story about a fox traveling through the forest. He gets to the forest and drinks milk out of a pail. The woman that he drank out of the pail from was so angry that she chopped off the tail of the little fox. The fox begged the old lady to sew his tail back on. She said that she would give it back to him if he could restore the milk he drank. The story continues on with the fox going to a cow, a field, a stream, a fair maiden, a peddler, and a hen. They are unwilling to help him unless he can give them what they all desperately want as well. Finally, the miller felt bad for the fox, and since he was a good man, he gave the fox grain in order to get what he needed from the rest of the animals and humans to get his tail back. When he finally got the milk to the old lady, she sewed back on his tail, and he went off to run with his friends throughout the forest.